Good afternoon, everybody. Honorable Governors, and we were privileged to hear Shri Bandaru Dattatreya ji and Dr. Najma Haptullah. I really don't know if the other governors wanted to speak and could not speak because there was so much of communication disturbance. But in any case, we are really grateful to all the honorable governors and the lieutenant governors who are present in this meeting or who had sent their blessings through their representatives. So really grateful to all of them. Then I have here in this hall, room, Shri Avinash Rai Khanna ji, who is the Vice Chairman of the Indian Red Cross Society. We have Mr. Rajesh Bhushan, Secretary Health, Government of India with me. I have here Mr. R.K. Jain, Secretary General of Indian Red Cross Society, whom you have been hearing, and Dr. Vanshri, the Chairman of the Blood Bank of Red Cross. And I understand that Mr. Udaya Regmi, Head of the IFRC CCST Delhi office is there. Mr. Yahya Alibi, Head of the Regional Delegation of the International Committee of the Red Cross is also there. And of course, all the members of the managing body, all the members of the National Council of the two organizations, Indian Red Cross Society and St. John's Ambulance, and of course, all other distinguished guests, the awardees who have also joined us, all the delegates and all the observers of the two organizations and our staff at both the organizations. So first of all, let me express my gratitude to all of you for making yourself available for this general body meeting. As has been described in great detail by Mr. R.K. Jain, this meeting is taking place after almost 4 years, the general body meeting, although we had a lot of other meetings, executive meeting and all, national council, this managing body meeting and all, but this general body meeting is taking place after 4 years. So we are quite delighted about it that at least we have been able to meet our GBM members, though not physically, but at least virtually in these COVID times. And this is also, I would say that first of all, I would like to express my grateful thanks to our Honorable President of India, because you all know that our Honorable President of India is the President of the Indian Red Cross Society, and he is in fact the person who is supposed to be chairing this general body meeting. And we have seen that he is so committed to the nation, to the society, to the poor people, and to the activities of Red Cross also and St. John Ambulance. He has been helping us, guiding us all through, and I have to thank him because he delegated his power to me and he said, you have to preside over this meeting. It's not only too far away. In fact, in the recent memory, we remember that he himself was kind enough to flag off all the relief material to all the states from Rashtrapati Bhavan, and Mr. Jain and myself and others, we were all privileged to be part of that very grand symbolic function there. So he continuously guides us. So on behalf of all of you, I would like to express our respects for the President of India, who is also our President of the Indian Red Cross Society. You have already passed the annual reports for the intervening 3-4 years, and also the accounts, and also the proposed budget and the planning made till now for the future. So really grateful to all the members. I'm also grateful to especially Dr. Najma Heptullah and Shri Bandaru Dattatreya ji, who have expressed their satisfaction and have conveyed their good wishes and blessings for the organization and have given a good account of what's happening in their states. I'm also happy that all of you who spoke today, they have by and large expressed their satisfaction, and you have also expressed your appreciation for the hard work and the sincere work that is being pursued by the headquarters. Being in Delhi, I have the privilege to watch what the headquarters does from very close quarters, and in the last couple of months, even during COVID times, I had the privilege to be part of many functions in the Indian Red Cross Society complex in New Delhi and also in the field. This is a very important year. The Red Cross completed almost, it's now the 100th year basically, and lot of, if it was not COVID times, we could have organized far more functions in much more organized manner. But being the COVID times, the new normal is what we are witnessing today. We had these technical glitches, but still, because a lot of people were joining a little later than the proposed time, so there were some glitches. But in any case, we hope to do similar meetings in a better manner. The country has started learning about doing its work through virtual activity ultimately, and you have heard a detailed description of all the relief related activities that have been pursued by the Indian Red Cross Society and the St. John Ambulance by Mr. R.K. Jain. I do not want to repeat those things, but I still remember that during these 9 months there were difficult times when people were in fact reporting about shortages of blood, or maybe the way how do we actually ensure voluntary blood donation. And that was the time, and of course we had a lot of representations from thalassemics that they were finding it difficult to actually have a regular supply of blood. And that was the time when I saw from my own eyes, the Red Cross stood up to the occasion, and it's not only symbolic activity that they did. Anybody who wanted to donate his blood, and the society also rose to the occasion, and Red Cross was sending its team and the vehicle to the residences of the voluntary blood donors and collecting blood donation. For thalassemics also, we in fact ensured that they will all have a regular supply of blood. Even an app was launched by the name of e-blood services, where any thalassemic could actually register his requirement for blood, and then 4 bottles of blood were in fact kept ready for next 12 hours. So a lot of things like that happened during the last 9 months, including a new screening center for thalassemics, and then all that distribution material. You have all been part of that exercise. I had the privilege to visit a mandi in Delhi, where to the poorest of the poor we distributed the very good mask that has been made by, you can right now see the Vice President also wearing that mask which has been produced by the Red Cross Society. And when I say that it's a good mask, I say that technically it's a good mask. It's not a loose mask, and it fits well on the nose, and the mouth covers the mouth and the nose properly, and it doesn't slip down, posing risk to others. So that way all these mask distributions, medicines, sanitizers, so many things, and relief materials, food. It's I think beyond description of all that has been done during the last 9 months. And I fondly remember that you all, when it was cyclone in Odisha, or when it was cyclone in West Bengal, or whether when it was flood situation in UP or in Bihar or in Assam, our Red Cross volunteers, and I can see a lot of Red Cross volunteers means they work with so much of diligence, commitment, sincerity, dedication, selfless approach at these places also. And we received so many good accounts, and very impressive and very inspiring accounts of the services delivered by the Red Cross volunteers across the nation. So you have done us proud. The country feels so happy about the performance of the Red Cross volunteers and their offices all over the country. You all know that the headquarters is very keen that the offices and the various facilities that are provided, and especially the blood banks in the whole country, we want them to further upgrade their services, make them the state of the art, pack them with all types of best quality state of the art facilities. And for that there is so much of support that is being offered and being provided by the headquarters. So this is something I think you are familiar much more than me about what you have done and what the Red Cross Society has done. And we would like to use this occasion to also in fact thank all the donors who have been very passionately donating for the cause of services being offered for the society and the poor people through Red Cross. And this is because of the donations made by the donors to Red Cross that Red Cross and all of you in these two societies have been able to pursue the goals very you see in a persistent manner and with significant consistency. There was no time even during COVID when we were like short of materials, short of funds. We could supply everything to the states, and we never bothered about shortage of supplies. So many other things like some ventilators and oxygen concentrators. So many other things have been also been donated, which have in fact been given to the relevant quarters. So this in this general body, I have to in fact make one very important appeal. You rose to the occasion when the migrant laborers were stranded. You rose to the occasion to provide them food, help them in providing shelter, and so many other things that were necessary for them. But right now, as a health minister also, what I feel is that we are now into the 10th month of the pandemic. First meeting for COVID that we did in this country was on 8th of January in this ministry itself. And that was within 24 to 48 hours of the first report of a coronavirus appearing in China, which was reported to the World Health Organization. So on 8th of October, we completed 9 months, and we are now into the 10th month. The whole country under the able leadership of Narendra Modi ji has done quite well. We have worked as a total government approach, total society approach, and everybody has worked so hard and so sincerely that right now, even in a country as vast as India, with so much of diversity, so many states, so many union territories, with a population ranging between 1.35 billion to 1.4 billion now, we have been able to perform much better then most of the countries of the whole world, including all the developed nations, you are quite well aware that for almost more than 2 weeks now, we have our active cases less than a million, and already over 6 million cases have recovered. They have gone back home. We have the highest recovery rate in the whole world. That's about 87%, more than 87% now. The lowest mortality rate around 1.53%, which is again the lowest in the whole world. You all remember that from one laboratory in the country where the test was, we were able to do the testing only in NIV Pune at one point of time in the month of January, February. And now when we talk about this particular capability of the country, we have gone up to 1900 plus laboratories. That number changes every day. I think it's about 1935 laboratories now, and we are doing over a million tests every day, from 1 to 1.5 million. We are very much into the vaccine development, quite strong and positive about it. In next few months at the most, we should have a vaccine, and in the next 6 months or so, we should be into the process of delivering the vaccine to the people of India. That's, you see, that was the positive side of the whole thing. But you see, even if we are not able to save one patient, for that particular person, it's 100% mortality in his home. So we can't be complacent, we can't be relaxed. That is why you have seen that now the most important thing for the whole country is to ensure that we follow the precautions that have been advised by everyone. They have been advised by the Prime Minister, they have been advised by me, they are being advised by our officials, they are being advised by everyone, including the World Health Organization. And if we have to really cut down the transmission, the country has to once again ensure that when we are into this unlock 5 now, there is hardly anyone in the country who is not following the precautions very sincerely. That's why the Prime Minister has given a clarion call for a Jan Andolan, and this is where I see the role of the Red Cross volunteers in a big way. That all over the country we have to be in touch with all other organizations, organized portions of the society, and get this message across to the grassroots levels, that the most important, you see, we as on today, we don't have the real vaccine. It is likely in the next few months, but we still have a very powerful and very potent social vaccine. And this social vaccine is nothing but which is being propagated for last many months. It is the wearing of the mask properly, not a loose, ill-fitting mask, but a tight mask which can cover your nose and mouth properly, thoroughly, all the time, all the day, at least whenever you are out of home. And then of course the social or the physical distancing, which has been very rightly described by the Prime Minister as do gaj ki duri, which is, I think that it's also not a tall order to follow in the society. And then of course cleaning your hands frequently with soap and water, it's also not a very difficult thing to do. And then avoiding your presence in unnecessary social gatherings, going out unnecessarily. Of course, ensuring that you are not touching your nose and mouth, respiratory etiquette. These are the only few small things. That is the beauty of the COVID virus, that although its transmission rate is very fast, it travels from one person to other person very fast, but it does not involve any rocket science through which one can protect oneself. If we are able to convince the society and pursue this particular goal with the society of following this social vaccine or these habits, then I am sure that in the coming months we can very easily ensure that we can eliminate the transmission of the virus at a very faster pace. And then because of the coming winters, where there is always at least a theoretical possibility of the respiratory viruses, their transmission getting aggravated, and also because of the festivals that are coming in the coming weeks. So there is, the country always needs to be taking much more precautions in a much more diligent and sincere manner. So I would appeal in this general body meeting, while you are continuing with the great work that you are doing, providing relief and relief material and all the masks and other things to the people of India, but also make sure that within your own institutions, within your own organizations, all our volunteers are involved in further involving the organized groups in the society for dissemination of this proper but basic knowledge. Wherever you see a person without wearing a mask properly, please stop and please advise him, because he is not only posing danger for his or her own safety, but he is also posing danger for the health of the others also. So this is, I think, right now for the whole country, this is probably the need of the hour, and that is why at the right time, when because of unlock there was this complacence, there was this I would say misguided understanding that everything is now fine. We can walk around, we can go to the market, we can collect anywhere, we can forget about the mask, we can take it casually. This type of feeling is also developing in the society, and maybe if not 100%, but significant people, number of people in the society are taking the things casually because of the unlock that the country had to go through. Ultimately, the government was bold enough to do the lockdown, and government was also bold enough to do the unlock at a time when it was required to balance between the you see protection that we needed to provide for COVID, and also to ensure that whatever setbacks which are likely for economy and all, they are also taken care of. So now we have a good balance struck between the two facets of the problem. But between these two, this type of casual behavior by people needs to be curbed immediately, checked immediately, so that within this year itself we are able to check the transmission of COVID in the country. And I want the Red Cross and the St. John ambulance volunteers to play a very, very critical and convincing and impressive and inspiring role in this particular Jan Andolan, a call for which has been given by our Prime Minister. So I think I can only wish all of you good health, and I am sure that you will take the flag of Indian Red Cross and St. John Ambulance much higher, and we all feel proud to be associated with a great organization like Red Cross. Once again, congratulations, you have done very well during COVID times, and we expect to do much better in 2021, and there will be much more defined role for all of us when the country starts vaccination and so many other activities. So once again, thanks all of you, and especially my greatest gratitude to our honorable governors and the lieutenant governors who have inspired us all by their presence in this general body meeting. Thank you so much. Namaskar. Jai Hind. Bharat Mata ki Jai.